Alright, going from a bucket garden to a barrel garden didn't work out too good. The barrels got just so heavy, so full, they pushed my contraption down in the ground and it spread it apart. Even though I had holes in the bottom, drilled in the bottom, they just kept so much moisture, nothing would grow in them. So raised bed garden with a barrel don't work, or didn't for me. So I'm gonna get them barrels out of there and maybe try to straighten up my contraption to where they'll hold my 5-gallon buckets again. I used to put them in right here. You just set a bucket in here so they get some sun. And it's the new year, January 1st, so can't really plant nothing outside because it's freezing every night. So I'm going to go back to bucket gardens and I'm going to plant tomatoes. I'm going to plant me one tomato plant and maybe a couple of pepper plants in the other. And we'll do them inside and with some grow lights. And then when they start sprouting up and getting pretty good, and during the day, like today, it's 50, 60 degrees, I'll bring them outside and set them out here and let them get a good dose of sun, and then put them back inside at night. So, all right, got a couple of buckets of soil ready to go. I'm gonna leave them sitting out here in the sun, let them get warmed up. Let's go in there and see if we can't germinate some seeds. Get them ready to plant for maybe tomorrow if the seeds pop out. So, all right, what I found was some California Wonder bell pepper. Not getting that anywhere close to where it needs to be where you can see it. California Wonder bell pepper. I'm going to put that in one of the 5-gallon buckets. And marigold tomatoes. Marigold tomatoes. I think they're going to be pretty good. And what you need is a couple of plates. Make sure they're room temperature anyway, at least. You want it pretty warm. And then you need some water. And this is just tap water, but if you're going to use tap water, I always leave the lid off and let it set for a few days with the lid off, and that way it gets rid of all of the well, I don't know what all the junk that they put in the water and nowadays, but fluoride and all that, but all the impurities will come out of there, and it'll be good if you just let it sit there for a few days. And a couple of paper towels. Let me get us a couple of paper towels and see if we can't germinate some seeds. Alright, what I like to do is, let's see here, make sure your hands are clean or relatively clean. I'm going to do it like this so it'll fit my plate. And then a little bit of that water and just kind of put that thing down. Now you don't want enough water to where it's going to run out. Just want enough because you want oxygen in there also. So give me a little more water as we go along. Let's look at the tomato. We'll put the tomato on the bottom. If I can get it open. The bad part about these is they're so small. That you'll get several. But I'm going to put I got 4 seeds in there. So, just kind of lay them on there. That's tomato on the bottom. And then we'll get another towel and do them like thirds again, give or take. And then just put this one over. And what I'm going to do here is the way this one is folded this way, I'm going to put this one folded this way. Instead of, I'm going to turn it around backwards. And do the same thing, put a little water on it. That way it can, they're going to look for water. But they need air also. Alright, and we're going to put the bell pepper on the top. Let me see if we can get a bell pepper out of there. I don't know how many bell peppers you can put in a bucket, but maybe a couple. I don't know how many of these will actually sprout. So we're going to put probably 2 bell peppers, 3 bell peppers in a bucket. So I'm going to put 4 or 5 in here, and that way, yeah, some of them sprout, some of them don't, and we'll have extra. And my last one, about third, and give or take. And one more time with feeling. I think that's just about enough. All right. Now then, need to find a dark, of course it's dark in there now, a dark warm place. I've got it in the shop here. I've got the little heater on, so it can sit right here on the table. Got our little heater going with a fan blowing across, so it's nice and toasty over on this side of the room. All the heat doesn't go to the ceiling when you got a fan behind. You got a fan kind of blowing across the top. It keeps that heat from going to the top. But got a pretty warm shop. Heat hadn't been on long, but it's nearly 70 degrees in here. So we'll take a look at them in a day or two and see if any of them sprouted out. And if they have, we're going to put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and we're going to start our new bucket garden for the year, January 2024. All right, that's it for now. And don't forget to bring your buckets inside so that the soil can warm up too. Soil gets up to 70 degrees and the seeds up to 70 degrees, and they got moisture. They're going to be looking for moisture, and so shouldn't take long. We'll see if we can get some tomatoes and bell peppers going in January. After getting the tomato seeds started in the process of getting them to sprout out, I didn't even have this phone on, but it was dead off, and I went to YouTube and started searching, and I have not searched anything, and lo and behold, look at there. Growing tomatoes, squash, romaine lettuce, and a lot more in the green. I guess in the greenhouse. But there's me a video, and I have not searched anything. This phone wasn't even on. How did it know that I needed a video for growing tomatoes? I didn't search for it. I was in here making a video, and this phone was sitting here just like that. Well, actually, it was sitting here just like that. And while I was making the video. And then I turned it on, and I get a ad for growing tomatoes. Coincidence? I don't think so myself, but that's just me. Everybody's worried about AI taking over. AI is already here. AI is already taken over. It's got your life. But, all right, let me get back to my tomato growing. Maybe it'll tell me how to do it.